Now to a story you saw first on WBZ. A tribute to the lives lost on 9/11 was vandalized overnight. As WBZ's Nick Giovanni shows us, police are now looking into who would have damaged several American flags just days before the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks.
2,997 American flags freshly planted in the public garden as a tribute to the lives lost on 9/11. Inspired some to stop by Thursday morning.
I was going over to my car and I was going to just view this as sort of a memorial or remembrance. So I'm very, very sad to see this kind of thing happening.
What Susan Butterfield realized when she arrived was many of those flags were out of place. Many of them uprooted, some bent, others snapped in half, while trash cans have been overturned along the surrounding sidewalks. As a former flight attendant who was scheduled to fly back to Boston from Philadelphia 20 years ago on 9/11, she described the sight as devastating.
That is just horrible.
It was heartbreaking and disappointing. I just don't understand, honestly, what would motivate somebody to do something like this.
The founder of Project 351, Carolyn Casey, said a group of about 30 people put the flags in place just yesterday after a ceremony where the names of those lost on 9/11 from Massachusetts were read aloud. Boston police confirmed they're investigating what happened overnight as a possible case of vandalism.
But, you know, as we know in Boston and in Massachusetts, that anytime there's challenge or there are acts of hatred, people respond with love and with unity and with community. And that's what happened when I walked in this morning. There were all these people who had just stopped or saw it on the news and came down to help ensure that all the flags are back up.
It physically hurts me. This is so upsetting.
Ashton Fagan was the first who felt compelled to stop and help while out for a walk.
We should stand for our flag, and I will do that every single day.
Together, the group got the flags back where they belonged in about an hour as a proper tribute ahead of the 20th anniversary of the attacks.
They mean the world. We can't forget. And I mean, I'm from Boston originally, but I lived in New York for 20 years, and I was in New York for 9/11. So to know that we're all remembering and honoring those we lost and those who tried to save people and the families, it's a part of us now.
And keeping the focus on the tribute itself, Project 351 is encouraging anyone who does stop here this weekend to commit to acts of kindness and service in honor of the lives lost. Reporting in the public garden, Nick Giovanni, WBZ News.